Alrighty guys, so today we're going to be doing a little sled inventory. What do you think, buddy? How many do you think we have to part out?
A lot.
A lot, nice. As you can see, lots of tarps, sleds in the back. So we're going to just do a quick meander because we're going to start getting rid of some of the junk. Like some of the projects that like we just got for literally nothing. And we're like, dude, we're never going to make this thing run again.
Dude, we can make this thing a daily and then
Yeah, it's sitting. So starting off in this corner is Tom's toy, which I just actually call it a great idea because I can see the skid right there, all right, down there. That can bolt into, I believe, a TX chassis, 76 to 79. So what happened with this one is the drive shaft and the bearing, the drive shaft's mainly worn so bad, and then the chain case housing got all beat up and walled, so like a new bearing doesn't fit in there very well anymore. And then we tried putting, there's like an O-ring behind it, and it leaked fluid. So it's either
the shaft is so.
So what's our options? What was our options are?
Farm rated grease, packer to the brim, and just send it. Because it won't leak out, obviously, because it's so thick it doesn't do anything.
Right.
Or do a scrap route.
Yeah. So like I said, we could keep the track for a build because it's a non-cleated track. Obviously, I think it's a 121. The skid is what you typically find in an early 80s Indy, like it is. Motor ran
good, yeah.
So I think we might go that route just for the sheer fact that we don't have time to do a full resto on it, you know. And there's just bolts, like there's missing hardware. I know for sure. Yeah. We had multiple people working on it, and it was literally like thrown apart, thrown together. The Super Sport, which is, you guys see here, is a 94, I think. We were gonna make it eventually into an oval race sled, but who knows if it'll ever get done. Motor did run. I have like a full gasket set that I don't know where it is, but I have it. And basically we robbed, well, the handlebars are here somewhere, but we were gonna put oval bars on it, and then I put them on my race sled, and I have aluminum IFS skis in the hood. The motor's been pulled already, so that's just a big project. Otherwise, we'll just put it back together for trail form and ride it, because it's a sharp looking snowmobile. Yeah. It really is. So I think that's good with those. And then you have the pile of fireworks and motors that are just.
We'll probably part out the fireworks.
Yeah, the fireworks probably could part out. There's a Rockwell down there that's literally tight as a rock. A phaser motor with a blown crank. Yeah, we should probably, oh yeah, we should take a look at that. We'll have a ceremony for all the blown motors we got. Yeah. And then it'll be boxes of parts, about an old enticer motor and pipes and a whole rack of clutches and miscellaneous secondary clutches. And then the best belts known to man, Kimpex. Just kidding, guys. Never buy a Kimpex. Don't do that.
I smell something
stinky
from the sauerkraut factory.
That's true. And you can see my concoction in that pan down there. That's got 2 gears and a chain that I pulled out of a parts pile I bought like 2 weeks ago. This is the pipe that got in the fire from my Super Sport. You can see it's all burnt and all banged up and nasty. There's that kick guard for your sled, dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then yeah, just a bunch of parts, and I think that's dirt bike parts, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm probably gonna keep that engine for my sled though. Some decals and fireworks, man.
Yeah.
And I think everything else on that shelf is all not snowmobile related. It's all, that's your Exciter 440 bottom end that still turns over.
No.
Because I put oil on it, so that's still usable. Because the crank is the same as your crank.
Another 20 years, you know.
Yeah, another 20 years sitting. Here, I believe this is the Mint Jag. That's not going to obviously get parted out. Skidoo formula.
My daily.
Mint daily. My sled, the Enticer. And then the Exciter's under the blue tarp, and then that Enticer 250 we bought like a month ago is sitting right here. So that whole line is not going to be getting touched. That's all keeping. Dude, what did I find over here earlier? I found a pipe for a 250 Enticer over there, laying in that stack of stuff with that hood that fell off, and then your other Exciter hood in the back too, that beat up one. Mint Jag hood, probably keep it anyways.
Yeah, I try not.
We're saying a lot of keep, that's bad.
Yeah, well.
That's your SRV, I believe, underneath that cover.
This one here?
Yep, the 87.
One day.
And I think that's the Lynx, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Which is probably going to stay. Okay, we can sell these hoods that enticer hood maybe, I don't know. And who the heck wants an orange hood, but those Rupp wide track hoods definitely can go bye-bye. And then that's Sullivan's Jag. I mean,
Look at the title file.
yeah, guys, what do you think of that ATV, dirt bike, car, just completely freaking sent over there? And then all the ET parts, dude. Gas tanks and clutch covers, and
Yeah.
we need that stuff though. And then another, what kind of exhaust pipe is that off of? That's a phaser, and that's a Decker pipe from an exciter. That's what that is. So that stuff could get sorted through, and we could part that out. You know, sell some of those gas tanks because we're not even going to use them. So if you guys ever need enticer gas tanks, I got some probably really good used ones right there, and they've been under a roof, so they're not been sitting outside in the water.
All the gas caps, all the rubber grommets.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're good.
The welder's a project for.
Yep. So that ain't gonna be, the welder's gonna be sitting, that generator completely fucked, no compression.
Just,
Oh, what we should do, next time that farm auction comes up, runs good, 50 bucks, it's getting sold. Here's a mint camoplast track that's gonna be basically the race sled track if Mark's ever takes a crap, his original, because this one here, you know, it has lugs on the outside and it's clipped. Every four, if I want to. Every other?
Yeah, every other it's clipped.
Sweet.
Yeah, every other.
But this is a camoplast, so it's obviously much softer, taller lug, and it would be probably good for the life of the race sled, you know, if you took care of it. So that's gonna have to stay with us. That shelf, I think, here's what that chain case I got from that Yamaha last week, I set it on that. An SRV pipe, and then handlebars, Indy handlebars, and some air boxes,
My 3-wheeler motor that I have yet to.
and a stock exhaust for a 450R on the bottom.
Bunch of skis.
And skis galore over there. And you didn't see the other skis I got from that whole pile of skis over there.
Oh yeah, we gotta get those ones.
Under here, guys, this is the 80TX, that's staying. I believe underneath there is Jag and Sheepdog 68 Merc.
Yep.
Oh no, it's LT Gray.
Gray.
LT Gray definitely is a project.
Big project.
In that corner is tracks, another original Yamaha 116, my old racetrack. What else? Oh, speaking of Sullivan. What were we just talking crap about him? I forgot. No, your Jag, it's ready for full send.
Yeah, I surprisingly didn't get covered. Probably the one without birch on.
I know, nobody likes it.
Unreal, how?
No, it's unbelievable. It is.
But yeah, you tell them we're swapping.
Oh yeah, and you guys, I don't know if you guys saw that video of those phasers we bought, but we're gonna be swapping this motor out of the 84 that's completely clapped out.
In the chassis.
And like I said, this windshield here was broken the rollover, but then that cart fell on and shattered it. It was 10 degrees outside, boom, shattered.
Got a red one.
Ooh, nice.
The other one, maybe.
So the phaser obviously is not gonna be going technically to the scrapyard because these 84s are hard to find. So we'll just save the chassis on a podium somewhere. But there's a bunch of skids over there. We'll probably start selling off those skids too. Is that an Indy skid over there on top?
That's sort of the LT grip.
No. What the
One of them's out of the LT.
what the heck?
Middle.
It looks goofy. It looks like an Indy skid over there. But yeah, there's more air boxes up there. And I think, well, this is the Jag that we usually run on all the beater races. And then that's my Jag that I daily. Because who wants a nice sled?
More tires.
Yep. So we're just doing an inventory check, so.
That's the Banshee tires.
That's where you're gonna put in the Banshee?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take those back.
Yeah.
Next
So in here, basically, we gotta grab all the ET parts, sort out gas tanks, and start posting them online. And then skids, we're just gonna guess on what they're off of or take a picture of all of them.
skids in the back we're gonna have to pull too.
So, and then like I said, those dirt bikes, that's just a nightmare. I mean, those ain't ever gonna run again. But now, we did look, yep, and I have another enticer hood. That's another ET hood that's still salvageable.
That is actually not bad. Besides the front. Front's little.
I'll zoom in on that.
But like,
Oh yeah.
Look at her.
plastic seat, Warrior seat, KX85 plastic.
We're just looking at sled stuff though, pretty much.
So much.
But I have literally Yamaha blaster parts, guys. I have an entire toolbox full down of a couple engines and pieces. I mean, just just full. But now we're gonna go and venture off into the other shed and take inventory. All right, guys, got the golf cart. We're gonna go run back to the big machine shed and see what we can find back there. Oh, you're getting in? Much hope for, oh, okay. We got 3 of us in here. I can smell clods.
Oh, for sure.
Looks like we'll venture back to the shed. Alrighty guys, made it back to the back shed. You can see there's nice light coming through the ceiling. This is where the camper and like miscellaneous vehicles are parked. So back here, it looks like we have a 79 free air Jag. Honestly, what I would do with this one, we could just pull the motor out. I've seen somebody selling a motor and they were getting $100 for the motor. Just for the motor. No exhaust, no ignition, nothing. So we should sell the motor. The track is completely fucked.
Yeah, this is the one where the track's completely split.
It's got a usable chain case and brake setup, which we have other Jags. You might want to keep that. Because we're getting another Jag like this from Gino. So guys, we're going to be getting another one of these like next week. So
What else is the clutch on this?
the clutch is cracked, so the clutch is junk. The skis ain't that bad. They're not rotten that bad.
The rest of it ain't that bad. It just needs a track.
So we could strip it down to bare tunnel and then just little parts out like the speedo and motor, secondary.
Which Jag is this?
This is the one we got from Buddy for free.
You put it through a field
And
and
this track split in half, the cleat ripped out, and then it got stuck. The suspension spring went underneath into the track, completely yanched. And then this phaser is the one that has no motor, and it's like an 86, I want to say. Track is usable with studs that are literally worn down to the head of the bolt of the nut, so that's no good. But a skid is a skid. I mean, it does work.
And there's an exhaust in there, still a secondary.
Yep. One ski that's fair, but one ski that's got a broken loop. And then that's the EFI Indy we robbed like the entire steering shaft out of it. It's got a track in it yet and a skid.
front suspension, skid, track.
So basically we're gonna, and that's got the ECU is still in it, I think, for the EFI system. So basically these 3 will have to strip down to nothing.
Remember we
Take-
took the ski off that EFI Indy.
You couldn't get it off? That's why we have a torch. Cut it off.
That's, yeah, we found out right
Oh, you tried getting the whole spindle out the bottom?
now. Yeah.
You didn't take the bolt off the ski? Because then, you know, we could sell the shocks, sell this phaser hood, Caleb. This isn't too bad. Side panels, just pressure wash them. And then the front end, you just sell the whole chassis for $100 and get rid of it.
Yep.
So that's what we got back here. We're gonna put more back here once we get more. Heated grips ain't bad either.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Anything else usable on this Jag? Oh, the hood, we do have the hood too, and that's,
I would still
Oh,
like
the
to see
hood
it.
is nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got a nice hood. That's down with the unit.
It's got a brain box still in it.
Carburetor, we can part out separate. CDI box, we're selling separate. Coil, we're selling separate. Everything. So that'll be good. Seat is in mint shape.
Yeah, it just needs some foam, that expandable foam in it, and then
Great stuff.
spray painted black. No one
And the gas tank that doesn't leak either, I don't think. So that's always, you know, 20 to $50 somewhere, whoever's willing to pay that. Here is 2 9091 Phaser 2s that are Sullivan's projects. Just gonna do a track swap on the one, and the other one's gotta get a motor swap from the other 84. So,
This one has a good motor.
nope, bad motor.
Bad motor. Good.
But both tracks are pretty much garbage, because this one's missing a bunch of clips, so.
Yeah, this one's not showing here.
Yeah.
That's here.
Yep, and then right here's an Indy 440 that we're gonna part that out because it's been sitting with the engine open for who knows how long, and the front end's completely junk. This is the Formula Plus we made that video on. That thing runs. So I told Mark he can own that, and then I'll own that Indy and I'll part that out. 2-up Indy still runs good, so we'll keep that. We just gotta tighten the ski before it falls off. And look at this, dude. Just cock the ski. Like the camber on that skidoo, buddy, it's just all done. And then up there under that blue tarp is a wedge Indy in 85 that we can just, it's got no motor because it had a hole in the piston. And we robbed the jack shaft kind of, but it's got a skid and a track, I want to say, and a decent hood. And then that Jag, we might as well part that one out too because it's junk. Hopefully look forward to us parting some of these sleds out. We'll try to make some videos on that, just tearing them down, and we'll just sell all the individual good parts and the rest of it's scrap metal. We got one out in the cow yard here, buddy. I gotta show you that. You didn't see it. Oh yeah, there's one out in the cow yard. Oh yeah. A Massey Ferguson Ski Whiz, I believe. Here's that old Skeeter hood, dude.
Look at the size of that thing. It's like 4 feet tall.
And then a bunch of plastic gas tanks are in there, I think, thrown around miscellaneously. Another couple dashes. Here's that I think it's a Ski Whiz. Still chassis. 400 SST.
Ooh.
Look at that, boys.
Look at
Oh,
this skid here.
I just got it here. Remember when you helped me load it with a tractor?
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
But I haven't owned one of these yet, so I mean, granted, it's never going to be used again.
Yeah, you're just owning a piece of metal that's gonna sit here.
Yep.
Nice.
No, I got the hood and everything else at Buddy's
I'm
house.
not sure what happened right here. That moss, that fuzzy old moss has been in that ski for.
I figured if I get all the pieces to it, I'm just gonna sell it online and see if somebody wants it for, you know, a couple $100. Because the track's in it, a Massey Ferguson track's still in it, skids in it, with about 50 sets of bogies, and it's tighter than a tick's ass.
Oh man.
But those bars are beefy, dude.
Yeah,
Thick.
it is.
I saved a bunch of sets.
Pick it up by the bar.
We did.
Oh
We
man.
So that's also a part that I'm gonna be taking care of. Over here, guys, is like a late 80s AFS Jag 440 motor. Did it have a motor in it? Yeah, it did. Had a motor in it, but somebody I had to rob the CDI from my Jag, and it's missing a bunch of other stuff. But it has a good track. I think it's usable, so we'll park this one out too. Sell all the stuff. That's our like race sled pile. We got to kind of keep all that.
What is that? That's a old
That's a Phaser chassis over there.
CX behind it.
That's that Colt.
Oh yeah, the cool.
Colt 295,
Yep.
which Timmy wants that one. Buddy wants that. This is the 440 Exciter chassis. We're gonna have to definitely save that. That is in good shape. The 300 Enticer chassis is usable. I wouldn't say it's awesome, but it is definitely usable in a pinch. You know, if those late night 6-hour chassis swaps,
Yep. 6 hour
more like 15. But that Phaser chassis, probably sell that thing. It's all, we already got it down to nothing. Only thing we didn't do is pull the chain case gears out, make sure we didn't forget anything valuable. But I would pull that out. The jack shaft, I bet, is the same like your Exciter jack shaft. So extra brake rotors, shaft itself. So we have definitely like 1.5 to part out here. That Ferguson out in the cow yard, like I said. And then I got one more pile of parts over there I was going to show. Over here I saved, like we had an entire, it filled the entire bed of a truck full of bogies, chain cases, and skids. I never seen so many old pieces of snowmobile parts in my life until I bought all this stuff. So here's the salvageable stuff that I saved. So I saved some, look at these skis, dude.
Oh wow.
Dude, look at that. I never seen nothing like that, dude.
It's like homemade.
And look at these bars. Look how thick that handlebar is, dude. If you ever need some metal. And that is a Yamaha tack that's still intact, not busted. So I saved that. Extra like steering shafts and like a Yamaha bearing. You know, that's how your Exciter has its attachment.
The collar.
Chain case that has RUP on it, I think. I saved it. There's a Comet 102C back there and this metal tank, dude. Metal gas tank with no pinholes in it. These are like decent skis yet. They're not rotten. I know. I actually found there's one bite in there. A couple extra clutch covers, like we ever had to form something.
Oh yeah.
It's aluminum. A Donaldson exhaust can, I'm gonna put that for sale. Another ski from something. I think it's over. Yeah. The entire truck bed, guys. This is all that was really worth saving. So you can tell how much junk I really had. The skis, I just never seen nothing like that. I mean, that's some custom ski. It was all in this manure spreader. It was full, heaping full of parts. So we scrapped all that out, and that was that. Now we just got to go on to the teardown process in the next couple weeks here. But not bad. Like I said, we do also have 7 or 8 more to get. Some of them are bare chassis, some of them are complete. John Deere, Jag, some Scorpion Super Stingers. Scorpions. So that'll be that.